Okay guys, today I'm going to show you how to make your straw bracelets. In your kit you got 3 straws, which I've cut mine down and made them a little shorter just because of demonstrating and the length of the video to keep it shorter. You should have your string that you're going to use to weave your bracelet, and then you should have 3 shorter strands that we're going to use to actually tie the bracelet on your wrist. I would recommend you having some tape. You're going to need it. And sometimes it's hard to get the yarn down through the straw. So I have a little craft stick or skewer that I'm going to use if I have trouble poking it down. And you may need some scissors. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 3 straws and I'm going to tape the end of them to hold them together while we're weaving. And so that's what it's going to look like when I got done taping it. Now I have a purple, an orange, and a red straw. Okay. Now I'm going to take my 3 shorter pieces of yarn, and since I cut my straws down shorter than what you have, I'm actually going to trim some of my yarn off and make this a little bit shorter so it's easier to handle when I'm weaving. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this through the straw. Okay, so now I have my yarn through my straws. Okay, I'm going to tie one end of them. I'm not at the end of the 3 pieces. Be careful not to pull it back through the straw. And we do this so that when we're weaving, we don't accidentally pull our strings out, okay? And then to help me stabilize it as I am weaving, I'm going to actually take some of my tape and tape down my straws to the table. Now I have painter's tape, so I don't have to worry about it being really sticky and leaving any residue or peeling off paint or varnish off my table. So be careful and make sure you have permission before you put your tape on your parents' or whoever you're with's table. Okay. Now inside your pack you had some yarn wound around a piece of paper. I'm going to unwind it a little bit of it. Not all of it, just make it easier to handle. And I'm going to tie it. You can do it at the top on the purple one or the red one. I like starting at the purple. And let's zoom in just a little bit so you can see what I'm going to be doing here. Okay. So I'm going to tie mine on the purple one. I'll trim that off just a little bit. Now, this is really simple. All you're going to do is over, under, over. So I'm going to go under my orange one first, and then over my red one. Okay, now I'm going to go back over my orange and go under my purple. Okay, over my purple, under my orange, and over my red. Okay, and you'll have to watch your string here at the end and keep pulling it out so that it doesn't tangle up with while you're weaving. Okay, so we're going to go over the red. See, I'm over the red. I'm sorry, under the red. I apologize. Now I'm going to go over my orange and under my purple. Okay, now I'm going to go over my purple, under my orange, and I keep pushing where I'm weaving. I keep pushing them to the end, and you want to keep it tight so it's not loose, but you don't want to tighten it so tight that you can't get it off your straw later on, okay? Now I'm going to go over my red, I'm sorry, under my red. Sorry if I'm confusing you. Under my red, over my orange, under the purple. Over the purple, under the orange, over the red. Over my orange, under my purple. I need to push these back. Okay. And we're going to keep doing this until we get to the end of our straw. Over my purple, under my orange, over my red. Now under my red, over my orange, under my purple. Uh-oh. Now over my purple, under my orange, over my red. Now I'm going to go under my red, over my orange, under my purple. Over, under, over, the whole way. I really like this yarn and how it changes colors and makes as you weave. Okay, I am finished. I don't want to go all the way to the end because I'm going to need to be able to hold on to that as I pull my yarn off the straws. And I'm going to tie, you can either tie at the top or the bottom one, my purple or my red one. I'm going to tie at the purple one. I'm going to snip, I didn't use all my yarn, so I'm going to snip it off, make it a little bit shorter. It's easier to tie that way. And just tie a little knot right there. I like to tie it twice. Make sure I've got it in there really well. Okay. So now I have my 3 on the end. It's tied here. And then I have my string where I tied it off. Okay. I'm going to untape it from the table. I'm also going to untape the end of my straws. Okay, now holding on to the end, you're going to keep this tight. You don't want this loose and hanging out there. Keep it tight, okay? And I am holding it with my hand. I'm not gripping this string. I'm gripping the 3 at the end, okay? I'm going to start pushing these off real gentle like off of the straws. I can even pull the straws a little bit if I want to. Real gentle. So we don't lose our weave. Alright, so there is our weave off of the straws. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the end here where I tied off, I'm actually going to tie this piece and this one together and make another knot to make sure that it doesn't come undone. Nice and tight, okay? Then I'm going to take and tie them, the ends, so that our weave doesn't come unraveled. Okay. I like to tie mine twice. Okay. Then on this end, where we originally tied it, and this is where you don't want to have cut it as short as I did. I didn't mean, I should have paid attention. But let me hold it up here so you can see it. Okay. You're going to take this end where you had originally tied it to the where you had originally tied it to the straw, and you're going to take one of your ends and you're going to tie them together the best you can. If you're like me and cut it too short, you're going to struggle. Okay, finally got it. There we go. And then here's your bracelet. You just put it on your wrist. And you tie the ends together. Tie them together. And you have a really cool bracelet that you've made. Okay. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy this and I hope you have a fun time with it, and I will see you all later. Bye.